Alright you guys, you still remember how to play rock, paper, scissors? Let's go, on shoe. Rock, paper, scissors, shoe. Rock, paper, scissors, shoe. And rock, paper, scissors, shoe. I told you we'd play rock, paper, scissors. Come on, man.
Alright everyone, we are continuing the Flashback series, and this team I'm using is from Battle 61 vs. Maple Assassin. Anyway, so I got a Gyarados and he's got a Banette. Are you kidding me? God. Just like ZMT always used to say, I hate seeing UUs and NUs in OU matches because you just have no idea what they're going to do. It certainly isn't going to be NU standard, so it's already going to be novelty, and you already have no idea what it's going to do. So I was thinking Trick or Will-O-Wisp, so I go to Locust because he's got Lumberry and would be most happily capable of dealing with the Choice Scarf, as he's also a Tinted Lens dude. But instead he just gets one-hit KO'd, so I'm like, what the I get to see that his dude has Life Orb, and he didn't Frisk, so I know he's got Insomnia. But because he's Life Orb, I figure he's probably some sort of sweeper, so I'm going to go to Bliss because it has Shadow Ball. And that's pretty much, that was it. So I'm going to switch out now because I don't want it to explode, and I'm going to go to Forretress of my own. So uses Payback, which I haven't quite seen too often before, and then I saw a Life Orb, and I'm thinking, what? So he's got Life Orb on everything. What the hell is that? Seriously, I'm going to get screwed in the nose by this nose. I have absolutely never seen a Probopass in a battle before. There was about 35 seconds where I was just staring at my computer going, what is that thing? So I'm totally stuck. I tried switching just in case. It didn't work. And there's not anything I can do. So I'm stuck with the Forretress, the only Forretress in the world that doesn't have Explode. So I can't even get out of here. So I'm just going to Rapid Spin away until I am dead, because I don't want him to get up Stealth Rock. So he's going to either have to switch or kill me after like 7 million turns. I also have Rest, which it looks like I can probably survive 3 hits. So if I really want to be a douchebag, I will stay in here and rest all day until he switches. That's right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rest all the way up and go, nah, 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 you suck. And I'm going to keep just rapid spinning even though I'm sleeping for 2 turns. And of course now he sets up Stealth Rock. It's like, don't! But he's going to switch, trying to take advantage of it. I'm going to stay in and burn. Well, I had no choice but to stay in. But in comes a Ttar, and I'm thinking, sweet, I've got a Gyro Ball to your face. And he dances up for more speed. I'm thinking, sweet, wake up and smell the coffee. Totally wrecks Ttar over. He gets another speed boost. And for some reason I was still thinking that he would dominate Forretress, and I wanted to get a Gyro Ball off just to kill this thing first. But seeing how little that did, I'm like, wow, I really should have Rapid Spin first. But I was afraid to have, like, I don't know, Fire Blast would kill it, or Flamethrower, I mean, would kill it. But for some reason, maybe I'm thinking along the lines of like a dragon with Fire Fang or something. But I didn't know, so that's what I did. He brings in Noir, so I can't Rapid Spin away, and I'm going to switch. He also has Fire Punch, which I'm like, whew, it's a damn good thing I didn't stay in. And obviously, Pain Split and all that jazz is going to mess things up. But I do have Shadow Ball. He knows I have Shadow Ball, but he doesn't know I have Serene Grace. So eventually I'm going to get drops, and eventually I'm going to win that duel. So in comes Forretress, takes SR, takes Shadow Ball, and it's got Life Orb. So it's getting down there pretty darn quick on its own right, which is totally nice. But I still don't want it to explode. I figure if it's got Life Orb, it's probably it's obviously an offensive set. So Explosion really shouldn't be out of the question on any Forretress. He hits me with a Gyro Ball of his own, which isn't going to hurt Blissey, but I guess who knows what he has is actually going to hurt Blissey. So now I could get a Rapid Spin up here, but I'm thinking he's either going to go to Noir to block Spin, or he's going to go back to his stupid nose to trap me in there. So I'm going to switch out immediately myself and go to a Tangrowth so I can put something to sleep and then get some Leech Seed on some junk, and then start to actually, you know, fight back. Might be a novel concept. So I'm going to switch out to this dude. He switches out as expected. He ends up going to Noir, and I guess that's cool, because I don't really have anything that can very effectively kill Dusknoir. It's more of something where I already know it's going to be like his last 1 or 2 guy, and I have to whittle it down there turn by turn. So if I can get this thing asleep, that would be awesome, but I miss. So that sucks. He Pain Splits and recovers a lot more health than I thought no, never mind. He Pain Splits and recovers some health, deals me some damage. But I know his Banette is Insomnia, so I know he's going to switch to it, so I go right to Blissey so that I can threaten it with a Shadow Ball, or soft boil up myself. I'm afraid of Destiny Bond, however, so especially because it was a lead. Even though it's got Life Orb and it isn't 100% reliable, still afraid of it, so I go with soft boil just to make sure, get me up there on hit points. I don't want something freaky happening because it's already happening all the time. And he goes for a sucker punch, which I'm like, ha! Sucks to be you, sucker. And I'm back up to full health, so I'm still afraid of Destiny Bond. So I'm just going to go with an S-Toss just in case he wants to switch. I'm fully aware that the thing is Ghost and it wasn't going to work, but just wanted to do something. He Icy Winds me, which makes me slower, so I'm thinking, great, if he still has Destiny Bond and just hasn't picked it yet, now he's faster and I can't even kill him in time. So now I'm, again, mortally afraid of it, but he's had so many perfect chances to go for it. And hasn't done it. I'm just going to go for it. Get that thing out of here. I hate it. It sucks. It killed my Yanmega. So in comes Probopass, and I'm thinking, well, that's kind of cool. It can't explode. I'm pretty sure I've seen its full set. Now I've seen its full set. Sorry, after Power Gem. So I'm just going to toss all day long and get this thing down there. It can't heal. So that's cool. I've still got a Gyarados, which would be able to do a hopefully decent amount with Waterfall. Without being too, it's got sub, so I guess it depends on how that thing comes in. But I've got a Dugtrio as well, which, despite having high defense on the nose, ×4 stab, Life Orb, Earthquake is going to wreck anything. So I'm just staying in here, getting some tosses. He gets a crit, big deal. And eventually I'm going to want to, gosh, see, this is tough. I know eventually he's going to want to switch, but I'm also going to want to soft boil. So I'm thinking here would be a good turn for him to switch. The Shadow Ball would be great. But I also want to see if I can kill this thing off too. But I'm going to soft boil on that turn to make sure I'm at full health. Despite me having an Icy Wind speed drop, he's got an offensive Forretress with Gyro Ball. So I know he's going to be super, super slow as dirt. Because of that offensiveness, I know he's not going to have max HP. So that looked like it was less than 100. So I went for it. Turns out I was right in both regards. So that's why being smart is awesome, guys. In comes Banette, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. If he didn't have Destiny Bond, what the hell is he going to do? So this scares me for like 5 minutes. Eventually, I just go for the Shadow Ball anyway, but Nintendo says, lol, you suck. So we replay the match up to this point. You'll notice HPs might be a little bit different, because in the replays, he got a couple extra crits that he didn't get originally. But it's pretty close. That's the best we could do. So Shadow Ball finishes him off, and he brings back Dusknoir, which has a little bit less HP than it did before, just from having to replay it like 3 times. Anyway, so I think my thought process there was pain. I don't remember what it was right there. I went to Ochu so I could put him to sleep this time, now that Banette is dead. I don't think he really would have used Fire Punch on Bliss in that case. But anyway, sleep doesn't miss this time, which is what I want. I can get up a Leech Seed, which I'm definitely going to need on this most victorious plant monster, MVP. And in comes finally his last guy. I didn't know what it was. And it also turns out to be a rock type. So again, Gyarados and Dugtrio are going to be really, really effective at killing these last guys. 2 of them are rock type, then he's got a Dusknoir, which I'll obviously be able to get some hits on. Blissey still has Shadow Ball, and I know eventually over time I can win that duel. So I think I've got this one looking pretty solid right now. There's a Leech Seed on that thing, but because it came into a Tangrowth, normally I would think it'd be some type of like status guy or stat booster, but just the way it came into a Tangrowth, I'm thinking it's got special attacks. I go to Blissey just because I can. I thought about going to Forretress and trying to use its Leech Seed, restore my health, rest, go back to Bliss then, and then use Aromatherapy to get my Forretress out of rest. But I'm just going to go with Soft Boil right here, make sure that nothing fluky happens, and here's a Dusknoir. I'm thinking, okay, he's got a Lunatone that I don't really care about because I have Dugtrio. This guy's asleep right now. If I can get him down really low, I can bring in something else with lower HP, maybe finish it off. I don't even know if it's going to wake up. I'm just under the assumption that it will. But I'm just going to try for Shadow Ball. So there's one. It does about 25% damage. So it looks like it's going to be a 2-hit KO from here, but I am faster. So I'll go with it one more. And unfortunately, he does wake up. Pain splits all the way to full. And that really sucks. But I've gotten 2 Shadow Balls on him so far, so I know that pretty soon with Serene Grace I'm going to start getting some drops on this thing, and that'll be kind of nice. So I soft boil first, see what he wants to do, and he reveals his Brick Break, which I was thinking, crap, this sucks. But it looks like he doesn't quite have as much offense as I was expecting him, from what I know in the past of 2007 Dusknoirs with Brick Break. It does about 200 points, which even though if it could crit right here, I'd still survive, which is kind of nice. And I don't know if he's going to want to switch to Fire Punch, predicting my switch to Fori or Tangrowth, or if he's going to want to Pain Split again or whatever. I still only know 3 of his moves, so I'm just going to soft boil here, just because I can, and see what happens. I suppose Shadow Ball would be a perfectly good move, and I don't know. I went with soft boil instead of Shadow Ball, probably silly, but he goes with Fire Punch, which shows that he was obviously predicting my switch, and that was me saying, I'm not going to let you predict me, is pretty much what I was doing with that. Shadow Ball probably was the better move, though, looking at it this time. I don't know. That's what happens in matches at the hot seat. So I start Shadow Balling now, get the 3rd one off, still no drop. He's still predicting my switch with Fire Punch, which, hey, that's fine for me. It does about 110, so I'll take that. That certainly isn't very threatening to Bliss. So I'm going to keep Shadow Balling because I figure if I'm doing 25% and I'm going first, if he just wants to go down in a race, I'll potentially win depending on how he picks his moves. But at the very least, he'll be really, really weak, and I can come in with Gira or something else and finish it off. So he does Pain Split, which I was at 270, so I figured the most he could possibly take is like 150 hit points. But now he's got more than half. I was not expecting him to have nearly that many hit points back from a Pain Split, which was in my thought process as I'm Shadow Balling the whole time. So I'm just going to keep going for it, though, because I do have Gyarados, and Gyarados does have Sub. So if I go in with an Intimidate, he's got Fire Punch and Brick Break and Pain Split. I don't know what his 4th move is, but I'm figuring it's probably Will-O-Wisp. Gyarados is totally immune to it, and then I can get some boosts up. So I let Bliss go. In comes Gira. I sub up. He tries to Pain Split. Even though obviously SR and Sub make me already half dead myself, and then with Sand it's not looking so good, but it happens to be a Leechy type, or a Leechy Flail. Flail ain't gonna hurt. Waterfall, as he said, left it at 1 hit point, so he breaks off my Sub. I thought about Dragon Dancing, but I also figured that it wouldn't matter. So in comes Lunatone. If I had that Sub or that Dragon Dance, it would be game over, but really, he's got a Scarfed NU Moon Rock, and there was no way I would have expected that. So my whole thought process of having Gyarados and Dugtrio to finish off sweeping everything else he has, totally nullified, because now here's a Scarf dude who can finish off my Tangrowth, my Forretress, and my Dugtrio all in one shot. I went with Gyro Ball because I had to try and kill it. Forretress resists Psychic, but so unfortunately it switched him out. I kind of hope he went for it. I think I could have survived. I really don't know. So in comes this guy again, and I'm thinking, great. I'm going to Rapid Spin here and get rid of his rocks, give Tangrowth the only possible chance he could to survive one of his attacks. Forretress is just going to die here, which will allow Tangrowth to come in, get something asleep, get something Leech Seeded, hopefully steal enough HP where, again, it can survive, especially since Stealth Rock is gone now. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just going to stay in here and Rapid Spin until I'm dead. Gets a crit Power Gem, which I don't really care about. Probably just saves time, which is very good considering you can see the time on this video. So in comes Ochu. Please don't miss your Sleep Powder. Please don't miss your Sleep Powder. Eggman takes a dirt nap. And now I'm going to get up some Leech Seed, try and restore a little bit of health. Sand and Lefties obviously cancel each other out. So I still have Grass Knot as well. And I'm thinking, if he does switch over to Lunatone now, Grass Knot would finish it off. But he didn't switch. I didn't go for it because I figured he's probably just going to stay in. And unfortunately, he gets a one-turn Wake, which really, really sucks. So now I've got to put him to sleep again. The main factor of that one-turn Wake is that I lost hit points on it, which obviously I'm trying to not lose hit points here. So because he's got Sand and Lefties, which cancels each other out, but he's not affected by the Sand, Leech Seed isn't really going to kill him that fast. So I'm just going to go for the kill right now, just finish it off, save time. I'm not going to be able to restore enough hit points, and God knows when he's going to wake up again. So I'm just going to force this guy to hopefully get stuck on a stupid move But I also noticed that my Dugtrio has Sucker Punch, and Lunatone is Psychic type, and it is Scarfed, so it's going to be stuck on it. Sucker Punch is going to be able to come in and finish it off, which is totally for the win, and that's going to be the match. So I managed to escape against some ridiculous NUs. Had a hell of a fun match. Good game. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.